boys and girls. I am so happy to see you today. And well, I will be happy to see you today. And I am so excited about our project. This week you will be creating a 3D city. But the first thing that you need in order to start your project is you will need to make a grid. And you will need a sheet of paper about this big. Now, on this piece of paper, you are going to, as you can see, you're going to draw a line right down the middle, and you're going to draw a line right across. You see that? Just like a beautiful T. Okay, and then here is 0. And when we go up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're just going to copy exactly how I did it. On this side, it's 1, 2, 3 all the way. And on this side though, because it's less than 0, it's -1, -2, -3 all the way to -10, and as big as you would, long as you would like it. And this way, it's -1, -2, all the way to -14 or longer. And this is what you are going to build your city on. Now, you're not going to draw A, B, C, D on it. I did it so that I can show you how we are going to do this today. Okay, so first of all, on our grid, we have an X axis, and we have a Y axis. And the X goes across, the Y goes down. Now, today we are going to figure out where A is on this axis. So come on over, boys and girls, really close so you can see. And we're going to take a look at our grid. Okay, so A, we can see it's right at that intersection. Now, I'm going to write here A. And now I'm going to have to tell you where it is on my graph. Now, we always start with X. And the way I like to remember that, boys and girls, is that X comes before Y. So now, I'm going to fill that in. Where is A? Well, we're going to start on our X line, and we see that, oh, look at that, 4. 4 is the first number on our X line. Now we're going to look at our Y line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we can see the point goes out to 5. So A has the coordinates 4, 5. And we can see 4 comes up here, 5 here, and they meet. Now let's take a look at B. Here's B coming over here, students. And so again, we're going to start with our X. Now we are going to put our finger on the point, bring it right up, and we see, oh, B is at -5. So I will write here B -5. Okay, now we're going to look at our Y-axis. Oh, look at that. It's also at -5. So B is situated at -5 and -5. Okay, now, what about C? So before I tell you, can you guess? I'm going to give you a minute to guess where it is on the grid. We're going to start with X and Y. What do you think the coordinates of C are? Okay, if you got, here's our point, if you got 6 and -10, You are right. Let's take a look at the last one, B. Okay, we're going to start on our X, and I'm going to give you 2 minutes again to take a look at that. Okay. If you got -5, oh, did we already do B? We did. So sorry. D we were working on. So we're going to work on X, -3 and 3. So we start with -3 and 3. And that is how we put, how you're going to place things on this grid, the coordinates on the grid. One of the things that they're going to ask you for is to create a river. How are we going to create the river? And if I remember correctly, it says to put it, it's either -7 and 7 or -7 and 7. I cannot wait to see how you are going to create the first part of your project. So boys and girls, continuing right along. So I know that you already know how to do and how to find the area of a base, but we're going to do it again just to refresh ourselves. So we know that area equals the length times the width. So we're going to take a look over here. 5 times 7 we know is 35. So we know that that is 35 square inches. That can also be written as 35 square inches. And we're going to take a look at these squares. So we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There are 35 squares. So we know that the area here is 35 square inches. Okay, let's take a look over here. So the area here, it's 4 inches by 6 inches. And we know that the length times the width equals the area. So 4 times 6 equals 24 square inches. And boys and girls, that little 2 just means square. And we can also write it 24 square inches. Okay, I'm going to put that over here. Perfect. So if we count that again, we can see that it's 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay, now we're going to take a look at our centimeters. I drew some small ones because I know that we love to work in centimeters. So 8 times 5, I'll do that very quickly. 8 times 5, and you all know that is 40 square centimeters, or we can write it 40 square centimeters. Usually we just put the little 2 there, and that 2 means there are 40 square centimeters. So we can see here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We're going to do the same over here very quickly. Okay, 10 times 5 equals 50 square centimeters. Wonderful. Okay, and again, we can count that, and you can count that up to see the number of squares. So that is how we get the area.